All right, guys, so the first step before you even get your hands on a basketball, whatever it may be, is you got to stretch. And stretching is really important, and there's two different types of stretchings that I focus on. The first one I focus on is your static stretch, so that would be stuff kind of like this. Not a lot of movements, get a quick rollout in, tie the band around, do like your standard sit-down stretches, like you have your butterflies, like right leg behind, left leg behind, reach forward, reach back, anything for the hips just to open it up. And I'm gonna do a time lapse real soon and you guys can follow along, so hopefully you'll be able to see each exercise, but I'm not gonna sit here and explain that to you because that's pretty boring. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys real fast. And then the second type of stretching is dynamic, and that's anything that moves. So that's like your high knees, your butt kicks, your A skips, your B skips. All that stuff comes tremendously in handy. And I like to focus more on the dynamic side as opposed to the static, just because, like, think about a rubber band. Like, if you just sit there and stretch out a rubber band but like never shoot it, it's gonna get stretched out to the point where it won't go as far. And that's because your muscles are the same way. Like, your muscles are tight, and the purpose of stretching is to like loosen them up. But if you overstretch your muscles, you're gonna lose some of that quick first like respond, like initial like explosiveness. So that's why I focus more of my energy on the dynamic stretch, because that's more of like a real life like similarity, like to dunking. Like, I'm doing high knees, like that's like me moving, that's a bunch of different muscles, as opposed to me overstretching sitting down. But both are very important, and you yourself have to know your body. And that's why I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, like, show you like what reps to do, because everybody's different. Like, I have a tight groin, so I would stretch my groin a lot more than, like, let's say I would stretch my calf. That's just because I want to make sure that my groin's properly warmed up, properly stretched, and so I'm not going out there and just hurting myself. So yeah, hopefully this time lapse is going to help you guys, and then we'll get into the fun part, which is dunking, and that's where more of the tips will be. Alright guys, so just a little advanced. This is going to be more geared towards 1-foot jumpers, and that's what I am. I jump off my right foot. And the first thing I want to talk about is the use of your arm throwing, and that is my first point into jumping higher, what I think really helps. And it just gets your body's mass going directly vertical up, because when you throw your arms up, instantly your whole body lifts, and that's giving you those extra inches. Like, this isn't going to change your vertical by 12 inches, 8 inches, but this is going to give you that extra 1, 2, 3, 4, however many inches you are, and how good you are at perfecting this technique of throwing your arms up is going to let you get more dunks in games, and it gets you off the ground faster. And when you jump, the number one thing you're fighting is gravity, and because gravity's always trying to pull you back down, but those extra 2, 3 inches could be the difference between just like a strong lay and actually being high enough to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna dunk it. And so I'm gonna try to show you what the difference looks. The first time, I'm not gonna really use my arms that much. It's really hard for me not to, just because I've trained it so long. And also you can't dunk like this. Like, I don't have that much bounce. But I'm gonna try to use my legs, not that much. And then the second time, I'm really gonna overemphasize the arm throw. And you could just see how quickly I get off the ground and come back, and like how much higher I get. So as you can see, there's definitely a difference in like how high I'm jumping and how just explosive it looks. And like, obviously I've done my whole life throwing my arms. I've been working on that still. Like, I'm no professional, but it really does help. And even if it's the difference of like, you're only getting this high above the rim or you're getting this high, that's a lot of space, and it's gonna really be beneficial. Alrighty, we made it past step 1, so hopefully you guys remember and put all these together, because all these combined are going to help you get those extra inches that you need. But on to step 2, which for me is your penultimate step, and that's more of a track term. That's your step before you take off. So I don't know Latin like that, but I'm pretty sure like that means like prior something, I don't know. But anyway, so your penultimate step is when like you're going to dunk. So I jump off this leg, my right leg. So my penultimate step would be this one. So it would be like this. So here's 3 steps. So I'm gonna go right, left, right, and dunk. That left foot is your penultimate step. So I go 1, penultimate, boom. And that penultimate step is very, very important. And what you have to do on that is you have to stay tall, but kind of load yourself like a spring. So when you're going, so you have your 1, your 2, and if you can see, my body slowly shifts down. And that shift down is basically getting it enough so when I come through on my strong leg, all that force is going up, and since I'm throwing my arms, it's all traveling vertical, giving me those extra inches. So you can see I'm gonna do the same thing like I did before. I'm gonna dunk once without using the penultimate step, and I'm gonna dunk again fully just trying to like overemphasize it, and you guys should be able to see the difference. We're gonna make one of these. There you go. All right. So here's the first one, and on the first one, all I'm gonna do is a 3-step approach. And if you guys don't know how to do this, it's the same thing as track. I jump off my right leg, so I'm gonna put my right leg where I'm gonna jump from. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So then when I go back, it's 1, it's 1, 2, 3, okay? So here's it without a penultimate step. So it'll just be like this. 1, 2. Like, I can still dunk, but it doesn't look pretty. So now when I really load down and go up, you'll see a difference, and I'm not running into this. I'm gonna do the same walk, same everything, but I'm gonna load on this step. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. And you can just see how much like higher it gets me up. Alrighty, we made it past step 2, and like I said, make sure you put all these together. And for step 3, which for me is that's to stay tall and maintain your speed. And this is something that a lot of people don't like really know what I'm talking about, because it's something that is very simple, but it's easy like just to like not do basically. So nothing makes me more mad than like a kid's like, oh, I swear I can dunk. I swear I can dunk. You give them a basketball. They run all the way to half court and come in sprinting like a madman, and then they just completely stop and then go up to jump. One, starting from half court, the 3-point line is not going to help you be able to dunk higher. That has nothing to do with it. And 2, what was the point of sprinting if you're going to lose all your speed in the last step and basically take that out like your jumping equation? So when you stay tall, you stay over yourself, and you maintain speed, like your same incoming speed as like your jumping speed, you're gonna get those higher inches, and it's just gonna be more fluid, and it's gonna take a lot less pressure off your joints. Like the people that strictly use power to jump, I mean, like they can do it. Like there's a bunch of people out there that are just power jumpers, but I'm more of like a finesseful kind of jumper, and that's why I jump more off one leg. And that's to the point like where I can just be dribbling, and if there's somebody right here, like I don't need to slow down. I could just keep going and go up with one and like dunk. And that's helps me get my in-game dunks and just helps me be able to dunk easier, and it takes less pressure off your knees. But basically the key to that is just think to yourself, not slow down. I really don't know how to illustrate this, but like I'm sure you guys all know the person that sprints, they get to the basket, they do a jump step, and then they try to dunk. Like that takes away all your speed. If you're bouncy, you can get away with that. Like I know you see people that Euro step and then go into dunks and stuff. But a way to consistently dunk that is going to be beneficial, it's not really going to like take that, it's not going to hurt your knees, is to keep that same speed, and it's also going to give you more to work with. Like if you're not already bouncy, like this is going to help you get up there. Like this doesn't really apply to the people that just have like insane amount of bounce like Derrick Jones Jr. I'm sure they can just walk and dunk, but this is for people that are trying to dunk in game more. And just staying tall on top of yourself, and when you take that penultimate step, staying straight up still, because basically what I'm getting at is you don't want to lean over when you're close to the basket, you don't want to lean back, and you don't want to take away that speed. And I'm just going to try to show you what I mean by this. So yeah. So what I mean by like that is you're coming into the basket, let's say whatever, you cross somebody, you get down here and you do one of these. Like, that's taking away your speed, and you're gonna rely a lot more on all your muscles, all your joints to get up. But like, if you cross somebody and kind of just go straight into it while standing tall, so you get past, and when you get here, instead of doing that hop step or you kind of slow down and lean back, once you get past your defender, however it may be, and you get here, just focus on going straight. And that's going to take all your momentum, all your force, all your body mass with your arms, and that's going to keep it going in the same direction, which is going to be beneficial. So let's see if we can put this together. Oh, they set a screen, whatever. So you come off, he's gone. So I'm just going to go through and show you kind of what I mean by like standing tall, and you'll see how like fast I get off the ground. So you come through, oh, come here. You know, oh, I got to go get that. But that's going to be really beneficial, and it's going to help you get more in-game dunks and help you more dunk like when you're just at the gym. Well, guys, those are my 3 tips for how to jump higher. So just remember, you got to throw your arms, work on that loading in the penultimate step, and maintain your speed and stay upright, and you're going to be perfect. Hopefully, all this stuff works for you guys. Let me know if it does, but keep up the support. Please like and subscribe. And, yeah, stay tuned. Maybe TikTok Live. We'll see. But, yeah, peace.